I'd like to talk for a bit about I Am Not Starfire. Most importantly, why this book is so controversial. Unlike, say, Gotham High, which was met with apathy and confusion, this book is genuinely hated. The reason is because we wanted this book for decades, and it is completely unlike what we wanted. So, a bit of background. Starfire is one of the most beloved characters in the DC Universe. She was one of the standout characters of Teen Titans, has been quite popular since the 70s. However, her popularity exploded with the Teen Titans TV show in 2003, and yes, even that abomination of animation. Her bubbly personality and charming nature has made her the only widely accepted in-law into the Bat family. When people are choosing a character over Barbara frickin' Gordon, you know she's a big deal. Now, Nightwing and Starfire already have a daughter from the bad future of Kingdom Come. Mar'i Grayson, also known as Nightstar, was one of the characters introduced in this arc, along with the son of Talia and Bruce. After Damian was made canon, people have hoped to see Nightstar. However, she's never made any official appearances outside the Two Kingdom miniseries. On the other hand, you can see the sheer volume of fan art of this little girl despite her being so obscure. These often involve her family, either being a precocious little kid or being trained by her hero parents. Then, let's be honest, fans have been begging for a time travel episode of Teen Titans where Nightstar needs her parents' help. Helping his daughter might even force Dick to take the desperate action of telling his friends his real name, or do the unthinkable to ask Batman for help. The episode practically writes itself. Then we get this. Mandy, not Mar'i. No multi-generational Bat or Titan family. Starfire is actually shown to be a very bad mother. It's one thing to have teenage rebellion, and it's definitely a big deal to have a famous parent and resent being in the spotlight. But this is beyond any reasonable situation. This reflects horribly on a character who has been shown as one of the most loving and caring people in all the DC universe. The promotional images make Kwandir look like a courtesan who was never present for her daughter. Then, the summary in the press release is so banal that sounds like a reject from a Lifetime original movie. The daughter doesn't want to go to college, instead wants to go to France to get away from her mom. Plus, she found her first love in school. Whoopee! So every high school story ever. Yes, it's a novel for teens, but seriously? Does DC think kids are that shallow? This is a fantasy superhero. And the fact that she doesn't want to go to college is not only the main setup, but the hook? That's what they put in the press release? Plus, she's gay. Alright, who cares? Sorry, but bad representation is worse than no representation at all. And it does not excuse this absolute lackadaisical approach to storytelling. This is important because we're getting exactly what we asked for in a way that no one could possibly want at all. This reminds me of nothing more than Ghostbusters. After fans, directors, and actors alike pushed for decades to get Ghostbusters 3, we instead got Ghostbusters 2016, a movie that no one wanted at all. After that was a flop, it took no small miracle to get Afterlife greenlit. Plus, anyone who disliked it at all was branded a hater, because obviously the reason you didn't like it was because it had a cast of women. Not because you didn't want to reboot it all, didn't care for the humor, or didn't like that it was just an absurd overuse of CGI compared to the superior practical effects and understated humor of the original. Coming back on topic, I can even get behind a rejecting your parents storyline. After all, Mari's struggles with her father were central to Kingdom Come. After Starfire died, Nightwing threw himself into his work and grew distant. The 3 generations of bats reconnecting was one of the central emotional climaxes of the series. While more likely than not, the story will figure in some reconciliation between Star and Mandy, and possibly include a "with great power comes great responsibility" section, and heck, maybe even taking on the mantle of Nightstar. However, the presentation just does not give one hope. When your story hook is skipping the SAT test, there's little chance that it will end with Starblast against Deathstroke and being inducted into the Titans. We don't need yet another coming-of-age story from Tamaki that's a thinly veiled author self-insert. We want the lovable third-generation hero that we already had in Kingdom Come, and that every amateur artist has been drawing for decades now. So I hope that explains to some people why exactly this book is so upsetting. Because we know what we want. It's a deliberate rejection of everything we had hoped for. Thanks for listening, y'all.